What's going on, everyone? Jeff back with another video, and this week has already started on a very positive note for NIO. Back here on the 31st on Friday, the market closed. NIO was trading around $11.95 and opened up well over $13 on Monday, seen a high of $14.26 today, and now is seeing pretty much flat movement since that time. Is actually trading down and is down about 1% today, but just published a video not long ago about is NIO headed to $20 this year in 2020. This is another big step to getting closer to that. So what I want to talk about in this video is their updated delivery report. I did mention in my last video when the delivery report come out, whether it was good or bad news, I was going to make a new video. Seemed to be very, very positive and show a very nice boost for the stock. As you all probably know, NIO has come from $1.30 this year and is now up over 1,000% since that time, maintaining its levels of $12 to $13 per share. And it is starting to look like they should have a very, very positive earnings report. I also seen an article that was published yesterday where they did state what day they're going to have their earnings. So we do have that to look forward to. I'm going to cover that in this video as well. Before we get started though, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all the support. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Alright, so let's start here on the company website. Go up here and click on About NIO and go down here to Investor Relations. Now, this news release was published yesterday. I do want to emphasize something that's very, very important. This was a move amongst all EV makers because XPeng Motors, Li Auto, and Tesla all boosted production. And so it's a very good thing, very positive thing when NIO gets lumped into that as well. In this video, we're just going to concentrate on NIO's numbers. But in the month of July 2020, they delivered 3,533 vehicles, and that was an increase of 322% year over year. Very, very big number. Again, like I said, I would love to sit here and promise that they're going to have good earnings, but there's a lot of different things that go into earnings besides just straight up how many vehicles that they sold. This is a very, very bullish thing, a very bullish catalyst, and that's why you've seen the stock jump over $1 per share though. Okay, so they delivered 17,702 vehicles in 2020 total. That's an increase of 111% year over year. And keep in mind, we're only halfway through 2020. We still have several months left. Cumulative deliveries of the ES8 and ES6 reached 49,615. So this is a very, very good step in the right direction for all NIO shareholders. I do want to share this statement from the founder, chairman, and chief executive of NIO. It says, in July, we are pleased to have achieved the second highest monthly delivery results despite the impact on productions due to a 5-day suspension of manufacturing to prepare for EC6 productions and other flood-related supply chain challenges. More proudly, we have achieved a record high monthly order growth attributed to a stronger demand of the ES8, ES6, together with the increasing EC6 orders thanks to the continuous support of our users. We believe we'll be able to increase our production capacity significantly to support higher deliveries in the third quarter of 2020. Also goes on to read, NIO now offers 3 competitive high-performance smart electric SUV models to meet the diversified needs of users in the premium sector. We are confident that the ES8, ES6, and EC6 are complementary to each other and will aggressively gain larger market shares from both ICE and the electric vehicle market. Now let's talk for just a moment about the EC6. This is the electric coupe SUV. Deliveries of the EC6 will begin in September. Now, this model is sometimes seen as a rival to the Tesla Model 3. The advantage there is that it's now making locally for the Chinese market. Again, I'm going to hear this probably a lot in the comment section from diehard Tesla bulls, that both of these vehicles cannot succeed side by side, and I think that theory is ridiculous. I think NIO and Tesla can both succeed and both stocks can grow massively over the next couple of years. I don't think there is a clear winner and loser. Obviously, Tesla is a much bigger company, but NIO can definitely grab market share and continue to grow and see production capacity go up quite a bit hand in hand with Tesla. Okay, so I'm not one of these type that thinks there is one company that wins and one company that loses. Same in tech. Okay, I didn't just buy Apple stock, I didn't just buy Amazon stock, I'm invested in all those companies. Same concept with electric vehicle companies. So just because I think NIO might be a long-term winner does not mean I think Tesla is bad, or don't get any of that stuff confused. I'm invested in all these stocks, and even in my course Trade Alerts Pro, my students know how invested I am in those companies. Also yesterday, it was announced when they're going to report their second quarter financial results. Okay, so go ahead and keep this in mind. It is the 4th of August today, and they will report earnings on August 11th, 2020. So 1 week from today. And the company's management will host an earnings conference call at 8 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time on August 11th. So that's 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which would be 8 p.m. Beijing, Hong Kong time. And so I will be watching very closely next week to their earnings. Obviously, the updated numbers for July really aren't going to affect this next round of earnings. I'm expecting a good earnings call. Again, do not be surprised if the stock does react negatively to it. If you remember just about 2 weeks ago when Tesla reported earnings, they had a very, very strong earnings report and very, very strong guidance, but the stock has sold off since that time. I think maybe strong earnings might already be priced into Tesla and NIO stock at this point. Nonetheless, we will be watching. We'll be watching closely, and perhaps if I get time, I'll make an update video on their earnings next week. Now, lastly, I want to talk about some of the challenges and some of the risks of owning NIO stock, okay? I don't want anybody watching this video to look at the stock price movement over the past couple months and just think this is an automatic winner. There is a lot of risk, and there's going to be a lot of challenges going forward, and I want us all to be very, very aware of that. So number one, first thing, is the brand, okay? Tesla is championed by a celebrity CEO with strong social media popularity, and it's been very difficult for NIO to penetrate that. As a matter of fact, when they IPO'd about 1.5 years ago, it was coined the Tesla killer, and that really could not be further from the truth. If you go back to when NIO IPO'd, Tesla has done nothing but succeed. NIO lost a lot of market share and then is slowly gaining it back, and you had opportunities to buy it much cheaper. Tesla has been expanding to additional countries at this time, and it is known for its brand and its brand awareness. NIO, on the other hand, is yet to establish itself as a reliable brand. That is definitely one of the risks and challenges that they do face. Another big challenge they have in front of them, gross margins are negative. I have talked about that throughout the videos I've made about NIO. They need to get production costs under control. The company loses money on every car manufactured, and the vehicle gross margin remains around -7% during its latest quarter. These are nothing different than the same challenges Tesla faced in their earlier days as well, though. So NIO does expect its gross profit margin to improve in the second quarter. This is an important metric for the early stage EV manufacturer. The reason I mention that, if they can show a turnaround in profit margin, that could really push the stock up high, because that's the one thing that I guess you could say from a fundamental standpoint that really has held NIO back and could continue to hold them back. And I mentioned this earlier in the video. You can't just look at sales and deliveries and say, hey, they're going to have good earnings. They need to get their production costs under control. Another big challenge they have, obviously, capital requirements and near-term dilution. NIO currently has about $2 billion in debt and $338 million of cash on its balance sheet. The company has been able to raise capital from government and private agencies. Now, in the company's growth path, they have to raise more capital. The expansion of the battery swap stations involves high initial costs, so in order for this network to remain a strong moat for NIO, additional capital may be required. And obviously, NIO shareholders may see dilution in the near future. This situation is improving. Their capital and their credit standing has improved, and private agencies have been better about loaning NIO the money they need to continue business. And lastly, let's touch on this, is company valuation. NIO currently trades at 13 times sales. So, and that metric is not unheard of, but it appears to price a lot of the perfect execution. And like I mentioned, they could get to earnings, have a really good, strong earnings report. You could see the stock trade off just simply because it does look like a lot of the future and present is already priced into NIO and Tesla stock. Both of them have run massively this year, but if it is able to sustain its growing PS multiple adjustment could become more natural. And this is why I emphasize earnings. Their execution and sales must be monitored carefully. So That's why I wanted to read this little article and kind of go through it with everyone. There is a lot of risk from here. If you are up, let's say 1, 2, 300%, or even more than that on your position in NIO, you may want to sell half to cost protect. But just keep that in mind. Anytime you're up on a stock that is as high risk as NIO, you may want to try some cost protection techniques, or just simply wait for the stock to pull back to a much more reasonable place before you buy any more. Alright, and with that said, guys, that's all I really got for the video. Make sure you go down to the comments and share with me your thoughts and opinions on NIO stock. What do you think is going to happen on earnings? In what relation is it going to affect the stock? Are we going to see a big jump in stock price again? Is it going to sit flat, or is it going to trade off a bit more? Thank you as always for watching the video, and have a great day.